Welcome back, everybody. I'm getting myself together here. It's been a crazy week. Been a crazy week. My hands are shaking. It might be because of this Pepsi. Not really sure. That was a good Pepsi. This was a good Pepsi. Filled with a force. All right, let's set this Pepsi down. I don't want to spill it on my table. Sealed for safety. Not sponsored, by the way, by Pepsi. Just so you guys know. Hope everybody has been having a good week. I have been catching up a little bit with commissions. Not as much as usual because I am working on a book deadline currently. I'm getting closer to finishing the latest Zen Bounty Wars book that we just finished a Kickstarter for. So that's what I've been working on this past week. And in about 2 weeks, we're getting ready to go to Heroes Con. Cat Mouse and I are both going to be at Heroes Con in Charlotte. Very much looking forward to that. So let me see here. Let me put all the buttons where they need to be, and then I can say hi to everybody, see where everybody's at. Yeah, I'll spread apart. Let me spread these sheets apart so you can see this is what we'll be working on tonight. We'll be catching up on tonight. And then I've got some things for later on. I picked out some pieces that I think you guys might like. So thanks again for hanging out with me. It's another Saturday night. You get to hang out for a little bit. All right, let me see who's in the chat with us. Kevin, what's up, dude? Kevin says, "Hey, I know that picture. I think I should be charging royalties." Hey, Kevin's talking about the picture on the cover of the video. So he amazingly took that picture using drone technology and a hot air balloon and climbing abilities. You used your Spidey powers in order to get that picture. Yeah, that picture is a forever classic for me, dude. I love that picture. Chris Dehan, what's up, dude? Glad you're in the house with us. Glad you're hanging out. Let's see, where was that from? That was from San Diego Comic-Con. Taken from a place so high up that no attendee can actually reach it. And Kevin is right. Yeah, it was San Diego Comic-Con. It was about 10 years ago. Wow, 10 years, dude. That is crazy. Christopher Bouchard in the house. How you doing, dude? I'm glad you're hanging out with us tonight. It says, "What's up, Bill and chat?" What's up with you, my friend? What's up with everybody here tonight? Glad that we're taking the time out to catch up on all of this artwork. So I'm super, super happy about that. And we're progressing. We're actually, I think by the end of the summer, we're going to be all caught up, and then we'll start throwing around new ideas. There are some people that have been freshly being put on the list, but everybody knows that that we're doing all the catch-up stuff first. There are things that I'm juggling with the catch-up stuff. So new commissions, I'm putting right behind the catch-up stuff. So we're looking at probably August for the turnaround time. And then there's things that happen at and during conventions. So for instance, in about 2 weeks, I'll be going to Heroes Con with Cat Mouse. We'll be in Charlotte doing Heroes Con. And of course, we're going to be doing fresh commissions while we're there and selling comics and all that good stuff. So and then of course, I'm working on book deadlines in the meantime too. So it was good that we stopped the main line of new sketches and new commissions, because this is what the catch-up episodes are all about. We didn't want to get too far behind. You know what I mean? Busy is good, but behind is bad. So I'm glad that we're catching up. But we're also juggling new things too. So it's it's a back and forth. It's a juggling act. But thank you so good. Thank you so much for being patient with me, is what I'm trying to say. Because it is a lot of things to juggle back and forth. I'm excited about all of it. Kevin says, "Please stand by." Are you talking about my standby screen? Kevin says, I think I know that one. And don't you dare spill anything on that. No. All I know, it was taken by amazing drone technology. Not using drones, only magic. Kevin says, I think they have too much on. Don't you agree, chat? Bill is going to spread them. Officer Bill? Do you know how fast you were going? Hey, Maurice, how you doing, dude? I'm glad you're hanging out with us tonight. Awesome, awesome. Saying hello to everybody. Very cool, very cool. Vida Alte, my friend, how you doing? Buenas noches from Brazil. Oh, thanks for letting me know that you're. Yeah. I know that you probably told me before too that you're watching us from Brazil. But yeah, thank you so much for hanging out with us and for making it a habit. I'm glad that you're with us every Saturday. This is awesome. Makes the world a smaller place. I do enjoy that. A lot. Paul, what's up, dude? Paul says, hey, all, sorry I'm late. Had to do a milk run. All is forgiven, Paul. You are here. Paul says, behind is bad, but near is behind is very good. Excellent. This statement is Nira approved by the Citadel of people who run Nira excavations. Did I say excavations? I don't know. I'm trying to think of stuff. Kevin says milk run. Moo. Nira's behind is not the butt of any jokes. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you guys are here. We'll get some drawing done tonight. I think we'll start. Well, I'm just going to go left to right. We have a piece from Kevin right here, which Kevin says he recognized. We got to work on that. Of course, I got to work on all the pieces except for certain pieces right around here because we're going to make sure that we lean that a little bit more not safe for work. So I have to finish that afterwards. Even after I finish the rest of it, we can't do the rest of it on the current YouTubes. But I'm thinking by the end of the year, maybe we'll have a little Discord action. I think our good friend Maurice is working on trying to push us into Discord. Aren't you, Maurice? So that way we can maybe we'll have a Sunday night Discord at some point to go along with our Saturday night regular show. And then of course we have Ken's piece here that we still need to finish, and I think we can actually complete this one tonight. That would be awesome. And then we have a piece here from Paul. Speaking of Paul. Yeah, I wanted to get a fresh one. One of these funny ones where we were throwing around a lot of ideas. So we're going to work on all three of these tonight. So work on Paul's last, work on Ken's second, work on Kevin first. And I do have some auction artwork picked out for tonight, since we're not auctioning off fresh artwork that we're doing during the show. I've got a couple of pages for my Shadows Embrace story, and I have one sketch. I have one Vampirella sketch. So I've got page 13 from Shadows Embrace, one of my safest for work pages from that story. And then tonight after the show, like I did for the past couple of weeks, I'll post it's a 24-page story, so I figure I'll have the whole thing posted here pretty soon. But after the show, I'll post like 2 pages at least, maybe 3. So you see what the full color artwork looks like. So this is what page 13 looks like. And this is page 14, where she's taking off the guard's uniform and disguising herself as one of the guards. And then I've got a Vampirella sketch that I will also auction off tonight. So we got a couple of goodies for later on. After we're done working on some ketchup. Gotta get the ketchup done first. So that's all well and good. I want to make sure that we get everything evened out. So let me grab a pen here. Maurice says he's working on it. Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's not a rush, but we'll definitely work towards it. We'll definitely work towards it because I know the summertime just knocks me out. Right now, I'm working on a Zen deadline that's I have to get ready like over the next week or two. Yeah, let's say over the next 2 weeks. I have to get that one ready for going to the printer, and then we're immediately going into the brand new Nira X series, which I can't wait to show you the theme and the direction that new chapter is going into. And that's going to be our full color Nira X stories that we publish with Tom over at Committed. He's our direct market guy. He's our main publisher. So I'm going to be really excited to let you guys know about that. But I'm thinking, no matter how long it takes, if I'm thinking we probably like start the new year with it or something like that. So it's like there's plenty of time to like organize and kind of get ready for it, and make sure that it works for us, and everybody's able to sign on good, and everybody knows where we're going to be and all that good stuff. So I appreciate that, Maurice. You're awesome, dude. Make a little secondary home for us, so we can do some fun artwork. Let's see, Kevin says, are you saying that Maurice is trying to sow discord in us? I know, this is the only time you could sow discord in order to bring people together. That's how we roll. Kevin says, work on me first. Lord knows I need work. You and me both. That's why I draw the pretty things. Because I myself, I'm not getting a six-pack anytime soon. Especially drinking Pepsis and eating pizza all day. Marie says, nope, I'm working on making more options available for Bill. Yeah, you're awesome, dude. That's perfect. That's perfect. And it will probably run things basically the same like we do here. I mean, we still have the same way we do our little auctions. We don't really have like a complicated bit of like clickable functional things that happen in the video. So I think we should be able to make it work. My word, no Post-its. Gasp. I don't think she fits in that uniform. Yes. Let's see, I tell you, nothing with Vampirella sucks. Agreed. Maurice says, oh, Darth Talon. Yeah, there's another Darth Talon on the horizon. From a certain Maurice I know. Yes. Kevin says, I wonder if I could share an image of Scribe's pet fish here. I'm assuming that you could probably share that picture because as far as I know, it's a real fish. But it is an inappropriate animal for public consumption. It's so funny, dude. And I've seen it all over Facebook. Let's give Ahsoka some eyeballs. Yeah, that fish picture, that thing, that made me laugh. And I'm assuming Scribe would have. If he had a pet fish, why wouldn't it be that one? We're talking about Scribe. He's very exotic. There we go. Give her some eyelashes. There we go. Yeah. Give her some of them their features. She's got to have features. Let's see here. Paul says, summertime, Will Smith, but without the slapping. Oh, now I'm singing it to no, it's in my head. It's in my head now. This is back when Will Smith was all of our friend. He was our friend. He was our trusted friend. Pre-slap. Back when he could, you know what? Even if he came out with a bad movie, it's okay. He's our buddy, you know. but the slap thing, yeah. You have to be stuck doing the slap chop commercials. I trusted you, Will. You can't be slapping your friends. And well, I mean, he kind of stood up like he was like the Manchurian Candidate or something. Like, I kind of blame who for pre-programming him to basically lose his mind at the worst possible moment. Not a big fan of the wife, so I think I don't know. Sometimes I think he's a victim, and sometimes I'm thinking he knows better. Like, why is he doing that? Note to self: if I'm about to win the top honor of the evening, I will do my best to not slap one of the presenters for making a joke. Here's a funny thing. He slapped him for exactly doing his job. He's a comedian. And honestly, that was a softball. That was a very soft joke. That was not something that crossed like some crazy line or something. If it was something like really, you can almost understand it. But that was a pretty soft joke. So everybody can get joked in the whole building except for her. I see. It's one of those things, I guess. I don't know. It's above my pay grade. I don't operate at that level, so I don't know. Who am I? I'm just the guy that draws pictures. Let's see, Kevin says, a little talent and a soak of fun. A little bit of talent. No, I'm not going to sing the rest of it. Don't worry. Let's see. Christopher says, so how's the Julie strain in color coming along? I have not started doing the colors on Julie just yet, but I need to. That piece would be awesome to see in color sooner than later. So I think, you know what, maybe I'll start working on that one because that's part of the catch-up thing too. So maybe I'll start working on her this week because I really would like to see her in color. And it would be nice to like change my gears a little bit because I've been doing a lot of inking and doing a lot of catch-up, with the actual drawing. But I haven't had a lot of time to spend coloring just yet. So maybe I'll start with that one. I also have Ken's Happy New Year piece that I need to finish too. So maybe I'll, you've inspired me a little bit. Make sure I kind of juggle the coloring in between the drawing stuff. A little nudge, a little question here and there just to ask how things are going are always welcome. There we go, got a nice little smile on her. Nice. All right, let me get my other pen over here. We can start working a little bit closer on her facial features. There we go. I see Paul says, I saw someone steal the Post-its concept on Whatnot. And when I mentioned it, I got censored. Oh my God. They got jealous. They don't want people to know the truth. Paul's out there standing up for us, dudes. They censored you. Yeah, man. Can't be copying our Post-its idea. Right? You know, they shouldn't censor you just for bringing it up. That's silly. Couldn't help it. I had to have some Pepsi. Mighty Geek, what's up, dude? Star Wars, really? You know what? Just because the current studio, I'm not even going to say the current studio. I'm hoping that they're trying to course correct. But just because the Kathleen Kennedy era has done their damnedest, they've done their best to destroy Star Wars. I'm still going to be optimistic and keep the faith. There are things about Star Wars I still like. You know, we actually did go to see the Mandalorian and Gugu movie, and it was exactly what I thought it was going to be, which is why I'm actually not upset at all. It was just a popcorn flick. It was very straightforward, very simple story. They stuck to a very small or a very tight narrative. By that I mean they kept the story between like just a small handful of characters, which I totally expected that. I expected it to basically be season 4, right? Just like extended to be a film, I guess. But because I went in with those expectations, we actually had a really good time. I shall keep the faith that they will just. It's not about fixing Star Wars. It's just about coming out with good stories. Like the damage is already done with some of the other stuff. I don't mind looking over and ignoring the stuff I didn't like. So it's all good. All right, she has a neck. We've given her a neck, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's see where we are here. Let's see. Kevin says, Julie Strain. What did Julie do? Yes. Yeah, his Christopher's Julie Strain piece came out awesome. So it's like it's in the queue. It's in my Procreate iPad queue for coloring. And it is one of the ones I want to get to like very soon. So we're gonna have to see her in color here soon. Let's see. Maurice says, "Is that purple scribe? is that purple fish Scribe's pet fish?" Yeah, that thing is crazy. Just goes to show you, man. They're out there. Paul says, Vampirilla. Not really a fan. I have maybe a couple of comics, but she would have to be on everyone's sexiest comic characters top 10. I totally agree. The girl list and exotic scribe would dominate the male list. You know, honestly, I don't know. I can't remember off the top of my head of any like I've bought Vampirella comics and I enjoy the artwork. There's a lot of books that I'll buy and I'll look at the artwork for months to years before I actually sit down and read the story. Now, Vampirella is actually one where the character is iconic. I really love the character as an icon, and I've bought books, but I don't know that I've actually read the stories. here and there. I mean, like bits and pieces. I know enough about it just because she's in the culture. She's in the pop culture. I'm almost done with my Pepsi. It's so good. he said, "Are you trying to get Scribe killed?" I know, right? Scribe's gonna jump in the water and just be like, "Time to die." Paul says he was the Fresh Prince back then. That's right, he was. Damn it. I preferred Uncle Phil. Yeah, Uncle Phil was a good guy. Uncle Phil was a good guy. I will say. He was a good guy. He had good values. I like to look up to Uncle Phil, man. He stood up for you. He was dependable. Not even on camera. There we go. Yeah, nice. Let's see what I do. Yeah, I wanted to use the brush pen for these lines. The right tool for the right job. There we go. Let's see, I need this angle right here. I like how we've got their head tentacle gear like kind of intertwined a little bit. That's pretty cool. I like that. I like how that came out. Yeah. Uncle Phil. Let's see, Paul says those celebrities, they sure do know how to fall ungracefully. Yeah, it's like they took so much time and effort to get up to a certain height, and it kind of baffles me because they have PR agents, they have people that will from the studios and stuff, they give them advice. They tell them, hey, try not to do this, try not to do that. And I don't know, they pick the worst possible things to do. Yeah, but sometimes I agree. It's like sometimes their falls are spectacular. And I feel bad about it too, but it's kind of like a car accident. It's kind of like you almost can't look away. It's like why'd you do that? I'm puzzled. Fame and fortune doesn't solve everything, I guess. They tried to warn us. There we go. Looking good, looking good. Let's see, Maurice says the Carlton dance is always a classic. Yes, 100%. Actually, I got reminded that Carlton was a a little kid in this Michael Jackson commercial. There's a Michael Jackson commercial that I remember from way back in the day, back when he was advertising, I believe, Pepsi. I'm not sponsored by Pepsi, by the way. All this promotion. But it was funny seeing him as basically just a little kid on the street, like there were like little gangs of kids, and they were like dancing with Michael Jackson in the middle of the street or something like that for a Pepsi commercial. It's just funny. It hit me sideways because I'm just like, damn, the cartoon's been around for a while. Like Fresh Prince wasn't like the first thing he was on. But that's the way it is with a lot of those guys. A lot of those guys, they've been doing stuff in the industry, like acting and all that sort of stuff, for like years before you freaking even find out who they are. Paying their dues. See, Kevin says, now, how would I get Scribe killed? I think he's learned scuba damn fast. You think he would learn scuba damn fast? Let's see, Metageek says Scribe would get ran through with a lightsaber. Scribe has the highest probability of getting in serious trouble, no matter where he goes. In any group of people, Scribe would be the one getting in trouble. This much I know. This much is true. Him being the dirty old man of the group, no matter where he goes. Kevin says, I have already seen Julie in color and in person. She was tall, especially in heels. That's the breast things were always in one's face. Yeah, I'm actually not jealous, but it's like I think it's super cool that you got to do like photo shoots and stuff with Julie. That's just amazing to me. I love to hear those stories and see those pictures. Let's see, I want to see a Star Wars Star Trek crossover. That would be neat if they could pull it off. I mean, there's time travel, and but apparently it takes place in a whole other galaxy, according to the intro. But it's space. It's science fiction. They'll find a way to do it. They'll find a way. Let's see, the Mandalorian and Goku. I can't believe you said that. I know I say it different every time. It's like I call it like the Mango and Goo Goo sometimes because it's like the kid. The Manda McMorian and Goku. Yeah, it was a straightforward story, and I think if they didn't destroy their audience, I think a lot of people would have taken their kids to go see that one, and that would have been a good movie for like a new audience to like just get turned on to the idea of Star Wars, because it was fine. It was fine. It was just a good popcorn movie. They didn't solve Star Wars. It wasn't like this big galactic thing that was going on where like the next 20 movies depends on it pinnacles on this one or something. It was a perfect jumping on point for somebody that just wanted just to have a fun afternoon with some friends, Maurice says 7 of 9 with Padme. I would watch that episode. Kevin says, you're reading my mind. Hey. Nate, what's up, dude? Night Phoenix Press. Hanging out with us tonight. That's awesome. And you said that looks awesome. Thanks, dude. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, we're gonna work on Kevin's piece here for a little bit, and then we have 2 other pieces that we're working on tonight. So I want to finish up Ken's piece so that way we can put this one in his drawer, and then we've got Paul's piece here that I want to get started. So we got a couple of things to work on tonight. All right, and then we got some little auction pieces tonight too. I'll show those off in a little bit. Kevin says thanks. Marie says assimilated to the dark side. Eh? I know if we get that crossover, that's what would happen, my friends. That's what would happen. Oop, wait, I skipped one. It's like, oh no, better, more secret, the more secret order, the pink side. Let's see, Adam Hughes did an awesome job on Vampirella covers and interior art. Yeah, he did. I bought those back in the day. There's a lot of times I will buy lots of comics just based on the art. And if I look out with a really good story, then that's gravy. But I'm usually buying comics for the artwork. Anything Adam Hughes draws usually gets my attention and my couple of dollars. Paul says I had to pay almost $200 for one textbook for my teacher's license course. Maybe I should pay a bill to do a Nira teacher sketch on the inside of the book. So that would be cool. That would be so fun, dude. I want to do a sketch on the inside of an actual textbook, an actual education textbook. Yeah, hell yeah. I'd be all over it. Oh no. I'm all out of Pepsi. All right. Well, I guess it's water for the rest of the night. It's fine. I won't die. It's fine. Maurice says, Nira dressed up as a hot teacher like David Lee. Oh, hot for teacher. Yeah. That's the David Lee Roth I know. That's what I'm talking about. The good Van Halen days. Kevin says, I give this idea from Paul a big yes. Night Phoenix says, I feel like Julie was at a lot of the Chicago conventions. Am I wrong about that? I'm assuming she was. I always saw her at San Diego when I did see her. And there were a lot of shows in Chicago that there were a few years where I was like skipping back and forth, and I was doing a lot of East Coast shows. I wasn't really in the Northeast like that. But you might be absolutely correct. She was Heavy Metal's guest. She was actually dressed up as her Fact 2 character, which is pretty dope. See, Kevin says, I think you, Bill, could do the Star Wars, Star Trek justice. Now we're talking. We can make it happen. And we'll do it our way. Yeah, that would be fun. That would be fun, dude. Maybe that'll be some of our new ideas for Christmas time. Because everything, all of the older stuff should be caught up by then. So we'll just be busy and working on new stuff. That'd be fun. Marie says even T'Pol was hot. Yeah, T'Pol was hot, even with the haircut. I don't know how every once in a while the bowl would get me. I'm just like, it's like it's too high up on her forehead, or kind of weird. But she's still hot. She's still awesome. And I liked her character on the show, which was big bonus. So it's like it all worked out in the end. Yeah, I enjoyed that series. I kind of wish they would have pulled out the stops like they did in the last season, because they knew the last season was the last season. So they started doing some like really interesting, like out of the box stuff, Like they started taking some chances. Like they freaking found they crossed over with the 1960s. Well, they had the ship. They had was it the Reliant? I mean, it looked like the Enterprise, but it was a 1960s style ship from the original series, and they were doing like cool stuff in that last season. I wish they would have done stuff like that for the whole time. They probably would have gone like 5 or 6 seasons if they were like doing like nostalgia stuff like that. Listen, Paul says, I threw the pitch, you knocked it out of the park. Kevin says, your thinking is not logical, but Pun Far does not obey logic. It does not. But if you're going to get injured, at least, make it worth it. Kevin says, I just pictured Nira doing her version of Hot for Teacher. Yeah, that wakes up my brain. Yep, I like that. Christopher says, I buy comics for the artwork, and recently it was the Vortex and both Cave Woman Metal Age 1 and 2. Thanks, dude. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I'm glad you like the artwork in that. Yeah, I usually buy comics for the artwork first. And then, and who knows, when I finally get around to actually reading it, when the planets align, as it were. Yeah, Kevin says, let's see, 1985. She's shaking her ass on the hood of White Snake's car. I'm going to sing the whole video now. Julie was Heavy Metal's guest? Not really. Her then husband, Kevin Eastman, yes, that one, owned Heavy Metal, making her a permanent guest. But you did have to remind me of that. It's like it's kind of easy to forget back then, like who was really connected to who. I was happy to be anywhere near it. Paul says Star Trek Deep Space Nine, episode 69. That's what I'm talking about. That'll be the one that we direct. Kevin says a scene with T'Pol and 7 of 9 doing decontamination scene with the gel. I know, right? We think alike. If I think about Enterprise at all, it's like that's the first scene that comes to mind because I'm just a dirty old man, I guess. Although I was a young dirty man when I saw it, so I guess I just know what I like. All right, we're gonna give this a few more minutes, and then let's go work on Ken's piece for a little while, because Ken's piece is close to being done. I like these patterns on her head thingy. I know her head thingy has a name. As much as I know about Star Wars, like you would think I'd know this kind of stuff off the top of my head, but I do not. Yeah, I really like how those patterns look. Kevin says the ship you're thinking of is the USS Defiant. Yes, it was. It was the Defiant. It looked just like the Enterprise. It was fun that it looked like the old school Enterprise, and the fact that technically it was literally like futuristic for them, since of course the show was a prequel. But yeah, the fact that it was the Defiant, that gave him some leeway. They got to do like fun stuff with it. All right, Kevin, we're going to set yours aside for a few moments. We'll work on Ken's piece for a little bit. Oh, Jessica Rabbit, Post-it. Post-it extravaganza. Yeah, we're like-minded. We are very unapologetically like-minded. Give her some phalanges. always appreciate it when you actually draw their hands. Excelente. All right, let me get a different pen for the bigger lines. Let's see, Maurice says, please, Eddie, or I mean, Bill, I want some more. Kevin says Darth Talon is a Twi'lek with twin. Wow, it's like I can't pronounce shit tonight. Let's see, hence the name of the race. And Ahsoka's head horns are Montral, whereas she is also classified as having Leku, even though she's a Togurta. There's a lot of words that I've never seen spelled before. It's becoming a problem for me. It's making me sound very illiterate. It's like, all right, do you even watch Star Wars? Do you even have a Webster's dictionary, sir? Grant, I'm talking about myself, by the way. I'm built for images only, apparently. Unless we're playing charades, I am not fun at parties. But if we're playing charades, maybe I'm fun at parties. Here pillows. Want her to be comfortable, for crying out loud. All right, let me draw this down here. This is the coup de grace of this piece right here. Is the fact that there's a stack of Post-its right here in the bottom. Look at these sexy Post-its. Gaze upon them. Oh, the sexy Post-its. The Post-its. And the one extra Post-it. The loose one that was discarded. The artwork action cam over here. Okay, there, got it. All right, let me pull this back a little bit here. I'm gonna do some of the different shapes. Let's see here. Kevin says, let's hand it to Bill. He can draw hands. And feet too. He's twice the Liefeld. No, 4 times the Liefeld, as he will draw boobs. He draws orbs. But 4 times though, because I draw each foot and each hand. That's 4 limbs for each character. He's got a good work ethic. His work ethic cannot be questioned. He does put out a lot of work, and he's done very well. If I do 10% as good as he does, I would consider myself quite lucky. That being said, I draw feet and hands. Let's see. Marie says, and Talon's red skin color is rare from Twi'leks. Blue and green are the more common. Oh, I actually didn't know that about the lore. That the red color is actually the rare color. That makes her unique. That's what makes her stand out, and it makes her ominous. People are scared of her, and she's a badass. Kevin says, hey, if I'm going to commission something, I will do research on it and the characters to give you more info than you need. Excellent. That is good. That is good. Yes. Let's see. No, I don't think I need to see Bill draw a sexy it. Although he did do a very sexy version of Jabba. Yeah, that was a good version of Jabba. Not blobby at all. It's like Jabba really got fit. A lot more fit than in that Mandalorian movie I just saw. Because the Mandalorian movie had Jabba the Hutt's son, and he was actually quite fit. Even so, he still looked like a slug. He's a fit slug. See, Marie says, no different when you're writing. Details can break it even if the story is good. People will find mistakes or Easter eggs naturally. That's true. Hit enter instead of space accident. Yeah, that happens to me too. I know. Yeah, Kevin says, yeah, but if they don't find the Easter egg soon enough, they will rot. Yeah, man, I do love my TNA. It's like it's a product of my upbringing, pretty sure. That's how I was raised. A child of the 80s. Always hold my breath on those long, smooth lines. Yeah, if any girl was going to be called the poster child, I think it would be this girl right here. Jessica wins. Gave her a lot of pillows for this here little scene. Let's see. Maurice says for Easter eggs, did you know Dave Filoni was? Dave Filoni. Yeah. Was an X-wing pilot in the Mando movie. Yeah, I spotted him. It's like, you know what? If I was making movies, I'd stick myself in them too. So it's like I don't I don't blame the guy. Oh, there you go. Yeah, you typed it in there. Dave Filoni. Yep. Dave Baloney. No, Dave Filoni. It's like I would have done the same thing. He was. I saw him piloting an X-wing, and I saw him like chilling at the bar, like when they brought in the bad guy. They came into the bar, just like walking slowly into the bar, and he was one of the characters chilling at the bar. But yeah, I do that. I do that kind of stuff too. I get it. I don't know. He's got a lot of work to do. He better start making some good Star Wars. Start bringing back the original fans. I think the fan base that they were trying to cater to don't even like Star Wars. I don't understand. But anyways, like I said, that's above my pay grade. I'm just a dude. If I like it, I'll watch it. If I don't like it, then I probably won't watch it. I'm not going to spend too much time on it. Yep. Let's draw her feet. Let's draw her little feet, so we can bring her home. We got a little bit of little details on the pillows, but that won't take too long. Give her some thin little feet. Jessica's always got little tiny feet. I think we're doing all right. Yeah, just put a few more strands of hair here and there. And she's happy with her hairstyle. Wow, look at this, guys. We actually finished one live. Woo-hoo. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I got something for this. I gotta have something for this. Look at that. Look, I got something for this. Look, we finished one. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yes. Yes. All right, I'll do this instead. So I'll erase the pencils off of this one. That's too boring to actually just do on camera. So this one is all finished. This belongs to Ken. Awesome. And we've got Kevin's that is still in progress. And then our third piece for tonight is Paul. We actually finished the piece live on camera. Nice. Feeling good, man. It was the Pepsi. It was the Pepsi that did it. Let's see, Kevin says, and he loves his P&P. No, not that. Pepsi and pizza. Silly. Let's see, I like how 007 was doing some deep undercover work in a galaxy far, far away. That was the one where they went back to that casino planet, isn't it? Was that the Last Jedi? Was that the Last Jedi one? Some of their choices, oof. Some of their choices really got me sideways. I'm like, they're actively trying to destroy things. Let's see, Maurice says that Maul is already working on season 2, and it has the highest Rotten Tomatoes score. I think the show is even up for an Emmy. Nice. I still have to watch the new show. I still got to watch the new show with Maul. I got to make some time. Kevin says, Dave? Dave, there is now need to blow this out of... there is no need to blow this out of proportion, Dave. Take a pill and we'll talk about this. I'm feeling much better now. Let's see, Ken is at dinner currently in Las Vegas with family, but I showed him an image of this. Oh, cool. I'm glad he's always out there having a good time. It's awesome. Kevin says that it is an image out of a fever dream. Yes. No, he was a stormtrooper in the first of the Rey saga. Are you talking about Finn? Talking about the Finn man? Let's see. It was the one the she Jedi mind tricked. Let's see. I wonder if Bill got my Dave reference. No, I thought you were going like 2001 on me, but then you went Daisy. So I'm just like, okay, I don't know where I'm at now. I was kind of thinking it was a 2001 AI reference. Obviously, I think I'm way off. Daisy, give me your answer. No, Daniel. Dude, I completely forgot. Yeah, I do remember that they said that Daniel Craig was a stormtrooper, and he is the one. He's the one that she Jedi mind tricked. You're right. In order to get out of the cell. Yeah, I do remember that now. Yep. So yes, it was a long journey, but now I understand that 007 was in fact in Star Wars. Yeah, until you brought my mind around, I totally forgot about that cameo, dude. It's Star Wars, man. It's like if somebody offers you a cameo to be a palm tree, you just do it. It's part of the culture. But he got to be a stormtrooper. I thought I thought that was cool. Yeah, I'm glad you cleared that up. I didn't know where we were going. I didn't know where we were headed. This one is definitely a fever dream, but in a good way. It's so many things mixed together. I had to hold my breath for a second while I was doing her eyeballs. They're kind of small. I don't want to mess them up. Get a nice little start on there. It's good. It's good. Kevin says yes. It was 2001, and the end, as he was disconnecting Hal, he sung Daisy. So I was correct. But I still needed to be brought up to speed on Daniel Craig because I did forget about that cameo. I forgot all about it. I didn't think I was that far off. Let's see, I need a little dot here. There we go. That little straight line going into her eye. I imagine it would feel like an eyelash going into her eyeball. And she would just be pissed at me unless I fixed it. It's so weird. When I pencil things, I hold the paper in a certain way. But when I'm inking things, there's like 20 different directions I gotta turn the paper. Yeah, Woodstock right on her head. This will be fun. There's a lot of little details. We were definitely cooking with Wesson that night. It is the truth. I see Maurice says, love the Bloom County characters in the piece. Cool. Being Halloween themed, I think Calvin and Hobbes would work with the gang in there too. Yeah, they would. They would have. I love Calvin and Hobbes. Let's see, Kevin says, anyone wondering if perhaps Woodstock would be happier building his nest in that nice warm pumpkin and not near his hair? I think he's just going along for the ride. I think he's just up there chilling. Maurice says, I know where Woodstock would rather make that nest. Everyone wants to snuggle. You see how it is? All right, let me see. Oh, you know what? Let me get my compass. Where's my compass? Ah, there it is. Found it. Let's see. I'm gonna put the moon back here real quick. industrial strength compass. Just a little bit bigger. There we go. Yeah, this compass has served me well. This giant thing. That compass I got at a hardware store. That was a Home Depot purchase. But we could put a couple of craters on here. Practicing drawing all of those Todd McFarlane moons in the background. Kind of taught me what I like and what I don't like as far as like drawing a nice little moon back here. Give you a badass look on your horse's face here. I'll make him very angry. Oh, I said before, I said on the description of the video there that I have, other than obviously what we're doing tonight, I had some show news. Some show appearance news. So that is basically about in about 2 weeks. Is it June? Let me see here. June 12th through 14th. Cat Mouse and I are going to be at Heroes Con in Charlotte, North Carolina. Oh, by the way, I still have to edit the video with Paul's unboxing. I still got to edit that. You know, tomorrow's Sunday. Tomorrow technically is like my clerical day. I think what I'll do is maybe I'll carve out some time so I can actually put that video together so I can share it with you guys. That was a fun unboxing. We got a lot of cool stuff. So I've got Charlotte coming up for the month of June. July, and I don't have the dates in front of me, I'm sorry. We'll be at San Diego Comic-Con. We'll be doing a big unboxing with Kevin and Ken Alpha. And then in, Let's see, I think are those the two big shows? Let me look at my little list here. Well, since I'm looking at the list, I can tell you the dates. So San Diego in July 22nd for this 4-day show. It takes up the whole weekend. And in August, we're going to be at Superstar Anime. But the two big ones to plan for right now, the big ones that we're working towards for the moment are the North Carolina show and San Diego Comic Con. So those are the two that we're got ourselves neck deep getting ready for at the moment. I'm excited because we haven't been to Heroes Con, and we definitely haven't been to Heroes Con representing Entity Comics. So Cat Mouse and I are both going to be at Heroes Con, and if you happen to be at that show, we'll be in Artist Alley, but we'll be under Entity Comics. So if anybody's looking for us, that will make that part easier. Just wanted to finish up a little bit of this harness here before I start doing another part of the picture. Doing a bunch of crazy things with the harness here. Get Woodstock up here. I think I made Woodstock looks a little bit more electrocuted than normal. Maybe he's been hanging out with Bill the cat. All right, let me catch up with you guys a little bit. Let's see here. Amori says that's a cool compass. Yeah, dude, it's like I really like this one. I got a couple that I've used, like real cheapy ones, you know, like those little, like literally like a little kid one, because I could break them and like wrap my my ink pens into it, and I don't feel bad about breaking them. But this one's been my go-to for like a while now, and I've got another one that's like my regular one. I've had this one for freaking 1,000 years. I've had this since I was in like college, and it's really good. And I'll use it for the pencil, you know, just drawing in circles just with the pencil. And I like that you could just push down either thing, and I can just adjust it that way without turning it. But I don't really have an attachment for it to put a pen on it. So that the one that I got from the hardware store is actually, that's the one I use the most now. Even though I got this cool metal one, it's just more versatile. See, Kevin says, when the moon hits your eye, like a big pizza pie. That's some more. I'm gonna get the little mandolin or a little guitar and play along with it. Kevin says, unfortunately, because of the Johnny Depp movie Sleepy Hollow, I'm seeing the headless horsewoman as Christopher Walken. You know, I could be a sexy headless horseman. I do an awful Christopher Walken, but still, I love Christopher Walken. Not this much. I'm just saying. Night Phoenix says, by the way, Unification #1 funded. Awesome, dude. Awesome. Good. Congratulations, man. Your naughty cover is the featured version. That makes me happy, dude. That's awesome. Hey, if anybody on here has not checked it out, go to Kickstarter and check out Nate's Unification #1. Night Phoenix Press. I don't have the link handy, but if you guys can find a link if you want to put it in the chat, that'd be awesome. I'm afraid of hitting too many buttons. I'm afraid you just go off the air. Super happy, dude. Glad to see that it funded, dude. Yeah, please, guys, go check it out and check out my variant cover. It says right here, it is the featured version. I hope you guys go check it out. Awesome. Yeah, that cheered me up. That's awesome, dude. Kevin said, let's see, Ken Alpha. Wouldn't that be Ken Z? Paul says, I recall this sketch. We were all Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown. Yeah, yep. I think we were all sharing the same brain cell that night. I see several Great Pumpkins. Indeed. Let's see, Maurice says, the horse kind of reminds me of those dead creatures in the Harry Potter movies. Oh, good. Let's see, Maurice says, those are melons, not pumpkins. Night Phoenix says, almost bought some Blackwing drawing pencils. It was 12 for $32. I was like, I'm good on that. They can go back. Yeah, sometimes I'm back and forth with art supplies too. It's like I'll stick with old dependable, like whatever I happen to be using. There's a lot of times where, like even with my color pencils, like for black and white color pencils, I'll use like these Prisma color pencils because they're the best that I've used, that work the best for me. But as far as all the actual colors, dude, I've been using like the Walmart back to school special pencils, and they work. They do exactly what I want them to do. So it's like keep on buying my dollar color pencils. Kevin says, well, either way, I want to squeeze them like Charmin. Oh, thanks, Maurice. Awesome, dude. Yeah, this is the Kickstarter link for the Unification issue that Nate was talking about. Just funded. If you guys want to check it out, want to check out my variant cover over there, that would be awesome. Yeah, thanks for putting up the link, dude. Right, let's draw a little bit more of these. Let me see if I can Kickstarter. I'm looking at a thing. Here we go. I'll pin this to the top. I think I pinned it. All right. So, hey Nate, I pinned your link on the top of the chat. That way, if somebody watches the show later or something like that, they see that there's they see your Kickstarter's going on. Awesome. Kevin says you beat me to it. Excellent. Oh yeah, and there you go. There's the link to my cover. Oh, excellent. There's the mouse cover. Yes. Here you go. I'll see if I can pin that one too. I think you can only pin one thing at a time. Okay. I see how it is. I thought they were giving me all the options. Yeah, very cool, dude. Yeah, I like to see everybody doing well. I should put the link to, I have let me get my little eraser here. I have a YouTube group page called Indie Era. And it's just a place to promote your Kickstarters. Not anything more complex or anything than that. It's just a place to scroll through. So if you're a creator, you can join the group and then post your links and stuff to your Kickstarter. There's like 400 some odd members on it now. So if you're a creator, share your stuff, and if you're a fan, just looking to see what's new to collect, then join also. So that way, because it takes us both. It takes both. It takes a village to make this whole thing work. I was getting lost in the pattern that her hair was going to take. I'm like, okay, here we go. Make sure I don't go buck wild with her hair. There we go. Nice. Plus, I'm super happy that I'm actually inking on paper tonight. Some of the projects that I'm working on, I'm doing some digital inks on a few of them. So it's nice to get right back to paper. I really do like inking digitally, but I don't like the fact that you don't get to hold an original piece of art in your hands. But sometimes, depending on the project and depending on the workflow and all that sort of stuff, I will opt to ink digitally. And I really do like how the tools work, but it is not being able to hold the original in your hands it keeps me torn between the two worlds, Sometimes I'm able to ink a little bit faster. You know what it is? I'm not even faster at inking digitally. I think it's that I take less breaks. And plus the pen never runs out of ink. It's amazing. As Kevin says, with great power comes a need to totally abuse it. Let's see. Marie says Star Wars meets Harry Potter. I solemnly swear that using my Jedi powers are up to no good. Very cool. Thanks, dude. Use the Force, Gandalf. Exactly. Yeah, I got to see if we're going to have a show next week or not. It's possible that I might have to take the week off because it's the week right before the Heroes Con trip. So I might be squeezed for time. So I'm glad you guys are hanging out tonight. And of course, for Heroes Con, I'll be gone. So I'll post on the old Facebook page what's going on. I had to hold my breath. I don't want to get like these lines wrong. Good, good. There we go. Making some progress. And Night Phoenix says, speaking of great power, anyone see Spider Noir? I have not yet, but it is definitely on my list. Now, did you watch it in color or did you watch it in black and white? First of all, I thought I had some time. I thought it was coming out like in October, like to kind of line up with Halloween or something, right? Is it already out? Because it's definitely on my list of things that I want to see. Marie says, not yet. How was it? Let's see. I saw the new trailer for X-Men 97 Season 2. Yeah, I saw that trailer. That looks interesting. Hopefully that'll be good. Nate says he loved it. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, I did. I actually didn't think it was out just yet, which that makes me happy, dude. It's like, I got something to watch late at night. When I get too tired, I could chill out. Kevin says, I saw it in black and white. Thank you very much. A little different than I was thinking it would be, but good. It wasn't supposed to be a traditional Spider-Man movie. It felt grounded to the era it was meant to be in. Yeah. From the trailers and stuff like that, I was sold, dude. I was sold. Nate says they had some really nice alternate versions of the villains. Black Cat, Sandman are in it. I watched it in black and white. Excellent. You have good taste, good sir. Yeah, dude, I didn't know it was out yet. Yeah, thanks for letting me know, man. I'm glad you said something. Maurice says Black Cat is always worth the watch. Yes. Oh, and it allowed Mr. Cage to be himself. Yeah, it looked like the kind of project he could really sink his teeth into. Like, yeah, like he could do some stuff, you know. like his personality and the way he likes to act and the way he likes to, yeah, like he can really lean into it. Oh yes, cat is lovely on the eyes. Excellent, excellent. Nick Cage rocked that. I like that. I'm glad, dude. That's what I want to hear. I want to see him get into some big projects like that. Sweet. I'm looking forward to that now, man. That's gonna be awesome. I'm glad I put this tape in. Kevin says that one spider was a jump scare. All right, don't say nothing else. Don't say nothing else, because I wanna watch it. I wanna watch it. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome, dude. All right, let's put some more gobbledygook on Nira here. Yeah, I am happy to hear that it is out already. I don't know why I thought it was coming out in October. There's something that's coming out in October because they're theming it out, so it goes along with, like, Halloween kind of stuff or whatever. Maybe then I'm just associating the two because spiders, right? But there is something, and I don't know what it is now. What is it with me covering Nira and stuff? Yeah. Starting to look good. Starting to look good. Let's see. Maurice says, "Are those pumpkin guts on Nira, or did the cat get prematurely excited?" I'm assuming it's possibly pumpkin guts, or possibly maybe it's like her cyber skin, like just being weird. Because I don't know if pumpkin guts is exactly sexy. I don't know if I want Bill the cat to be getting her all messed up. I think I'd rather think it's pumpkin guts than Bill the cat. There we go. get Bill in here. Us Bill's got to stick together. He's always so disheveled and messed up. There are days I can identify with Bill the cat. This little part, for this little piece. Check out Bill. Black. Kevin says, I will say no more. Nope, nothing. Not a thing. Mum's the word. Wait, I thought bird is the word. Get the old Griffin in here. Let's see, Mari says, by the way, Bill, how's my Irish Nira coming along? That one still has a little ways to go, but she will be coming along quite shortly. Yes. Yeah, I love that piece. I gotta go. Let me see here. How far did we get on that piece? Let's take a little look. Yeah, we still got a little ways to go. We're gonna have a lot of fun with this piece, though. Yeah, the pub. Le pub. And the fact that we have the banana, that certainly dates it to the era that we were putting that banana in everything. But the banana means art. We know what's up with that. Okay, let me put this back here. Excellent. Let's see, Kevin says, is it just me, or does that splat on Nira's chest look like Woodstock is to blame for it? Maybe that's why Woodstock is like confident, just sitting up there like he's gonna have a beer or something. He's gonna smoke a cigarette. The cat? You know that cat has a name. It's Bill. Of course you know. Yeah. Let's see, knowing is half the battle. Cobra! No bra. That's the way we would do it. Hell yeah. Oh, very cool, dude. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting caught up on all these pieces. It's so much fun, dude. We came up with so many cool ideas. Art. Rotten art. All right, let's put some more little detail on Bill here. Good old Bill. Always looking like he either just woke up in a dumpster or he got electrocuted. put some little lines on the top of his eyeballs. And I think we'll take a rest. I think we did okay for tonight. Good excuse for us to all hang out. There you go. There's Bill for the moment. I'll put a little bit of just a tiny bit of the pumpkin here. We'll leave this one here for right now. I hope you guys like it. Made some good progress tonight. Got a few things in here. Let's take a look at the bounty of the evening, shall we? All right, we've got some progress here on Kevin's Star Wars. Got some Ahsoka, some Darth Talon action. We actually finished Ken's piece tonight. Pretty awesome. I'm very happy about that. And of course, this fever dream. Got a little ways to go on it, but I think we made some good progress for tonight. Maurice says, Bill the Cat needs to stop being a 9-volt battery tester then. For sure. It's like, wait, we have a bird, a cat, a dog, all in one scene? But this isn't a Tom and Jerry cartoon. Yeah, we got a little bit of everything happening here. I'll tell you that's for sure. All right, so let's set these aside. We did very, very good. Made some progress, got to hang out, got to have a few jokes. Let me show you guys what is up for auction, just in case you guys might be interested. We've got 2 pages. We got 3 different things. There's page 13 from Shadow's Embrace. There is page 14 from Shadow's Embrace. Somebody's stealing a uniform off a guard here. And then we have a Vampirella sketch. So I will auction these off in order. I'll get myself situated first. I'll leave this up here so that way you guys can see that. And I will be posting 2 pages of, at the very least, I'll post 2 pages of Shadow's Embrace up on the Patreon page tonight. So that way there's some fresh pages. You guys can see the actual full color lettered artwork for this story. I think that would be cool. So I'm gonna put page 13 on here, and yeah, we'll put this along the bottom just because we're about to get started. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Maurice says page 14 kind of reminds me of Catelyn Fairchild. Yeah, absolutely. You can see where my influences are. You can see where my influences come from. I wear my influences on my sleeve, I tell you. Let's see. It's going to be 11:55, so we're going to let this one go until midnight. Give it 5 minutes. And if anybody is watching for the first time, they don't know how we usually do our auctions, and you're just watching to see how things go. It's very simple. The only rule is if you bid on something, you type in your number, and you type in the word bid next to your number. And I'm going off of the live chat, not the top chat. If you go up to the top of the chat window on our YouTube channel, it says top chat usually right off the bat. You want to click on that. You get a little drop-out window that says live chat. That keeps us as synced up as possible. Sometimes it does glitch, and sometimes we have to take a little vote or something. But we all keep an eye on each other, and we all make sure that everybody's happy before everybody goes away. And then, if you do happen to be the winner of the piece, then all you have to do is send a PayPal to my email address here at billmossart@gmail.com. And then in the notes section of the PayPal, just write down which piece you want. So that just keeps me organized a little bit. So that way I don't get messed up. I write your name on the back of the pieces anyway, but just in case, it's always good to have some redundant extra information. It's always a good thing. And then we'll leave this one up. Let me see here. Kind of reminds me of Fairchild, absolutely. And Kevin says, I hope she's a redhead. If not, I had Photoshop. Nate says, you should do an artist edition book with some of these. Oh, thanks, dude. Yeah. We've sort of thought about that. It's like, but it's nice to get that feedback, because that lets me know that it's a good idea. I appreciate that. Marie says, yes, mystery box. I will start with $1 whole. Thanks, dude. Kevin in here with $1 to get things rolling. This is going to go for 5 minutes. It'll end at midnight. And then I will jump into the chat along with everybody else. I'll leave my software and I go into the chat and I type in a chat. When I get down to 3, I typically don't stop. I will stop during the countdown if there's an interruption, if there's a bid. But when I get down to 3, I sort of just evenly pace myself down. So if you're planning on sniping, you know what's going to happen. It's with 3, 2, 1. I kind of don't stop. I used to stop in the middle, but it was kind of weird to stop right in the middle of that. So I'll stop up until 3, and after 3, I keep it going. Marie says we're all pretty good with watching the ticker, Bill. Cool. You guys are awesome, man. I appreciate you guys. All right, Kevin's in here for $1. We got 4 minutes left on this particular page. So we will let this go for 4 more minutes. Kevin might get this for $1. I don't even know. Sometimes they go for a lot. Sometimes they go for a little. Sometimes it's not the piece you're looking for. So, you never know how the auctions go. You can actually see it right here. Look, Kevin, $1. I write myself little notes until we get to the actual countdown in the chat. I actually write little notes as we're going along, so I kind of don't lose track. This particular page, I could probably put it up as a public post. So if you're not a member of the Patreon page, you should still be able to go and see this one, because this one doesn't have any actual extra nudity on it. So I think I will do that. It's since this one's a safe for work page, if you can call this safe for work, I'll put it up as a public post so that way you guys can see it. And then the other pages will if they have any nudity, then of course I have to put them behind the paywall. Them's the rules of the game. Night Phoenix in the room with Bionic 6. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Nate's in here with 6. Thanks, dude. I used to love Bionic 6. I don't think that was on for more than a season or 2, was it? Yeah, I was about to say, I agree. Yeah, that goes back a ways. Yep, yep. Yeah, Bionic Six was part of my cartoon lineup. All right, less than 2 minutes left to go. Nate's gonna get this for $6. Bionic Six. Kevin says 8 is enough bid. Thanks, dude. I'm actually surprised at how many episodes of 8 is Enough I've actually seen. Granted, back then we only had 3 channels. So we all watched whatever was on. You had a 1 in 3 chance of watching the same shows as the people around you. Here so you can see. I like the pencil shade. I like putting the pencil shading like right on the original art. Get the little skin tone on there. All right, it is midnight, ladies and gentlemen. Paul in the room. Paul says average of marriage in Zimbabwe 24 bid. Thanks, dude. I love the way you think out of the box, dude. It's so awesome. Oh yeah, I got you. All right, I'm hopping out into the chat now. We're starting the 10-second countdown with 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Marking it with a 000 to mark it as sold. And all right, it is sold. Let me scroll up, make sure I didn't miss anything. I think it's Paul. Paul, you're the winner with that piece. 24 for Paul, the marriage agent Zimbabwe. Please congratulate Paul for that win. Awesome. I'm going to write your name on the back of this one, Paul. I've got 3 pieces that I'm still inking for you, so I'm going to put it together with that. Awesome. Maurice says congrats to Paul. Very, very cool. Paul says, wow, original art is cheaper than a tank of gas. It's a crazy world we live in, Paul. Kevin says, congrats, but you will have to wait until con next year to finally get this. So we can do an unboxing. Paul says, maybe I can get it at Heroes. Oh, dude, that'd be awesome if you're at Heroes. Yeah. Let me know ahead of time if you can. If you're going to be there, and I'll see if these can get done in time for Heroes. Nate says congrats, very, very cool. Paul says I will be there. All right, excellent, dude. I'm gonna put it on my to-do list. I mean, the Heroes is coming up pretty fast, but I'm gonna put it up in my to-do list. If nothing else, I will definitely have this piece with me. But I'm gonna put it on my front burner to try and get the rest of your pieces done, so that way you can have a good pickup at Heroes. That would be awesome. All right, I'm writing down the thing here on my board for page 14. This is gonna be page 14 of Shadow's Embrace. Paul says, awesome, thanks. Yeah, dude, for sure. That would be a lot of fun. All right, so we've got 14. Let's see. It's almost 12:05, so we're going to let this go until 12:10. That'll give it 5 minutes. And then we'll do the 10-second countdown again, just like we did last time, and we'll go from there. And then we've got one piece left to complete our Saturday, guys. Paul says, just my hunch, this next artwork will not go for $24. I do like that it's a mix. I like that some pieces go for like a lot, and I like that some pieces just they slide in underneath. I like that there's a couple that really feel like prizes. You know, it's like I like that there's a mix. Kevin says, "Why do I see that there are missing panels on this page?" Kevin says, "I bid $1." Kevin with $1, getting things started. Thank you, my friend. Nate says, "Oh my." Chris Dehan, what's up, dude? Glad you're hanging out with us. Pie bid. Dehan with the pie. I actually drew a little piece of pie next to your bid. All right. Christiane is in the house with $3.14. Let's see what we got, my friends. Apple or cherry? Kevin says, I want to see how Chris would send you 3.141529. PayPal's going to be so confused. All right, we've got pie up on the board. You know, and just to answer your question typically I would say apple, but for some reason tonight I'm thinking cherry. I'm thinking cherry pie. Maurice says, depends if you're watching the movie American Pie. Yes. That's got a nice little, the first American Pie movie has a nice nostalgic place for me. Yes. Very good, very good. See, and also if you were listening to Warrant, she's my cherry pie. Night Phoenix is in here with a body slide by 5 bid. Hell yeah. Nate with 5. Excellent. 5 by 5. Paul says 21 division of spirits within voodoo. 21 bid. Dude, you're awesome. You get extra points for some of these, man. I love it. I feel like I'm learning things too. Kevin says, body slide with cherry pie filling. Christy Ann in the house. 23 skidoo. That's awesome. I will take it. 23 skidoo. That's how I found out I was Irish. Mostly Puerto Rican, but like a little bit of Irish right on top. Maurice says voodoo from Wildcats is hot there, Paul. Voodoo is hot. I love voodoo. All right, less than 3 minutes left to go. Kevin says 1/4 of a Ben Franklin bid. Which one's Ben Franklin on? One quarter of a Ben Franklin. These bids would drive Cy crazy. Oh my gosh, yes, I would be going nuts. What's a quarter of 5? Ben Franklin's on a 5, right? All right, Christy Hand currently has the high bid with 23. It's driving. I'm still trying to figure out the math because I forgot where Ben Franklin's on. Is he on a? Oh my God. Chris Dehan's in the house with 28 days late bid. Thank you, Chris. Thank you. Holy smokes. Okay, so it was a 25 bid. Thank you. My brain, I was having such a brain fart, dude. You have no idea. I blanked the hell out. All right. Chris has got the high hand in the house right now with 28. That shows you how long ago I've seen a $100 bill. That's what it is. All we do is take PayPal and digital money now. I haven't seen real bills in too long. Okay, 1/3 of a Franklin bid. 1/3 of 100. You're gonna make me do math. 1/3 of 100. So that's 50. 1/3 of a Franklin. I'm trying so hard to not break out my calculator. Thank you, Chris Dehan. 35 for Kevin. I draw boobs all day. In case you don't know. Thanks, Chris. Kevin says maths is hard for Bill. 33. Oh my gosh. All right, so 33. I got half of a flat Pepsi in me. It's late at night and I draw boobs for a living. All right, it is 12:10, ladies and gentlemen. Kevin, high hand in the house currently with 33. I'm going to be hopping out into the pop-out chat with everybody else and start the 10-second countdown. Chris does have 35. Thank you. Does Chris have 35? Chris does not have 35. Oh, Chris does have 35. I thought he was talking about your bid, but he said 35 bid. So thanks, Chris. Thanks for simplifying my life. All right, Chris has the high hand in the house right now with 35. Thanks, dude. Starting the countdown with 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, otherwise known as Cinco de Mayo, 4, 3, 2, 1. Marking it with a 000 to mark it as sold. And we are sold. Let me scroll up. I noticed that some things were coming in at the last second, but I was past the 3 mark. So let's see where we are. It looks to me that Chris Dehan has the winning bid at 49. Is that correct? Is that correct, everybody? I'll put up Chris's bid right here. Looks like 49 came in before it sold. Very, very cool. Please, everybody, congratulate Chris. Awesome. And he said a sweet 49 bid. Kevin says, Chris got it. Damn. Marie says, congrats to Chris. Awesome. Good show, guys. Kevin says, quick, show the boobs. Nate says, congrats to Chris. I'm trying to say too many C-syllable words at the same time. Thanks, Nate. Congratulations to Chris. Chris Dehan says, thank you. Very, very cool. That was a cool run, guys. That was a cool run. Set this right here. We've got our 2 pieces so far for tonight. I'm going to set them right here just to keep them safe. Excellent. Let me make sure. I'm going to make sure that I write your name on the back of this one. Excellent. Thanks, guys. All right, our last final piece for the evening. Kevin says Chris got TNA with that one. Yes. All right, we've got our Vampirella sketch. Let's see, it's 12:15, so this is going to go till 12:20. Excellent. Let's see, Maurice says, to see more. Haha, the Patreon Club Corrupt link. Thank you, Maurice. I appreciate you guys always putting up the... I appreciate you, Maurice, for putting up the link and stuff. It makes it easy for people to go find it. I do appreciate that. That's awesome. Kevin says, I will bid one good time with her. Kevin with $1 Also, thank you, Maurice. This is my regular Patreon. I have a regular Patreon and I have my adult exotic Patreon. So I appreciate you sharing the links for those. Excellent, excellent. That helps support the studio. Plus, it's a nice little place to like gather stuff in one place to see. So I like that. Let's see. Paul says Cavs got sweep in four games, $4 bid. Thanks, dude. Paul with 4. Chris Dehan, 5 pounds of cheese bid. Nate, 5 alive bid. I respect your 5, even though Chris Dehan got it first. But I'll give you extra points for that. Maurice says, I will fill in for some person. LOL. You're awesome, dude. Christy Hand says, lucky 7 bid. Thanks, dude. Kevin says, 5 pounds of cheese. Damn. That's constipation. Chris says, that's just one pizza. Oh, man, I want pizza now. Ah, son of a bitch. All right, Christy Hand with lucky 7 right now. We'll see where Vampirella will go for tonight. See where those nice little highlights will go. Paul with 16 inches of diameter and a large pizza, $16 bid. Thanks, dude. You see, I do too, but it's not too late for me to get one. Because you're 3 hours behind. I don't know if I want to eat a pizza after. I don't know. I think I like to eat a pizza anytime. I was about to say, it's a little late for me over here, but it's like, I don't know. When you want pizza, you got to have pizza. Let's see, Chris back in the house, got to be at least 18 to win bid. Cool. Thanks, dude. 18 for Chris Dehan. Let's see, Kevin says, thank goodness you explained what you meant with those 16 inches. Maurice says, and since Ken is not here, here's a traditional for shits and giggles. Always good to have an extra Nate says pizza anytime. Hell yeah, that's the law. It's the law of the West. And thank you, Maurice, for honoring our good friend Chet. I know that Ken usually throws in all the for Chet, but a nice honorary is always good. Always good. All right, Christy Ann currently has the high hand in the house with 18. It's 12:18 right now. There's less than 2 minutes left to go. Where is this piece going to go? What's going to happen? What's going to be the thing? I love these kind of sketches. The Law of the West. I just pictured the droopy cartoon. I know, right? All right, let's see. So far, Christy Hen has the high hand. He's got 18. Nate in the house with 20. Thanks, dude. Natural 20. Nice. She is. She's all real. Kevin with the blackjack bid. All right, Kevin. I know this one. This is 21. All right, we're good. We're good. We're back on track. Back on track. Got less than a minute left to go. Ooh. Christy Hand in the house with 24 hours bid. Thanks, dude. Time is almost up. And when I hop out into the chat and I start doing the countdown, where I'll just kind of keep an eye on the thing, because I won't be able to type it in. Because I'll be outside of my chat and I'll be in the group chat. All right, Christy Hand currently the high hand with 24. I am jumping out. It is time. It's 12:20. Starting the 10-second countdown now with 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. And stopping at 5. I see Kevin is in here with 31 flavors. Paul started to come in with 25, but Kevin still has it with 31 flavors. Continuing on, remember, after 3, I don't stop. 4. Stopping at 4, I see 32 from Paul. I see 35 from Chris. Continuing on with 3, 2, 1. Marking at 000 to mark it as sold, and all right, it is sold. Let me scroll up a little bit, make sure that everybody sees the same thing. I'm looking up in the chat. I see the sold, and what came in before the sold was Kevin with 42. Is that correct? Is that what everybody else sees? Because I see that Christy Ann came in right after the sold with 44. But it looks like Kevin, right? Kevin with 42. All right, please, everybody congratulate Kevin. If anybody sees something different, please let us know. Maurice says, congrats to Kevin. Very, very cool. Kevin says, woohoo, thank you. Paul says, I see 42. Awesome, awesome. Kevin says, I ruined the sweep. Chris Dehan says, congrats. Awesome, awesome. Nate says, yep, 42. Excellent. It's nice to get all of the confirmations, because sometimes it didn't used to happen before, but we had a couple of auctions a couple months ago where it started not being completely synced up. So it's good that everybody's keeping their eyes on it. That's good. Make sure we all see the same thing. Kevin says, thanks to Chris. Awesome, awesome. Nate says, congrats to Kevin. Awesome. Very, very cool, guys. This was a cool run. All right, let me put up the bounty for the evening. The bounty for the evening. We got this page. We got page 13. We've got the Vampirella sketch. We worked on Paul's artwork tonight. We also worked and we finished Ken's artwork. Super excited. Here we go. Let me put Vampirella right over here. I'm gonna write Kevin's name on the back of the Vampy, so that way we make sure. Thanks, dude. I'll put this over here. Wow, dude, we got a lot of things done. Got a lot of things. Got a lot of stuffs. Super happy about tonight. Awesome. Kevin says, I won with the meaning of everything bid. Yes. Maurice says, the bounty or the booty? I think the booty is the bounty. Got a lot of boot. Got a lot of boot to go around here. Let me see. Let me turn this one light off. That way it doesn't like blow out the lines a little bit. Oh, there we go. See? I have to keep those lights on while I'm drawing because see how I cast a shadow on myself if I don't. So, but yeah, dude, we did so good tonight. That's awesome. Here we go. Let me put that down here. Don't need that no more. Yeah, thanks so much, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for joking around and making Saturday fun like we always do. I don't know what's happening next week. I think next week is fine. I think next week we'll be having our normal Saturday show. The week after that, I will be at Heroes Con, so I'll be gone that weekend. And I've got to edit together Paul's video. We got the unboxing video from Tidewater Comic Con. We gotta edit that together. So I've got video. Actually, all the videos on Kat's phone. That's why I haven't edited it yet. So she's got it all. I'm gonna cut it all together so that way we can share some fun. Let's see. Maurice says, both it is. Bounty and booty. Kevin says, mutiny on the bountiful booty. Nate says, bountiful booty. Yeah, there you go. Now I'm talking. Paul says, just now paid, didn't pay right away as I might have one more. Gotcha. No, it's all good. Yeah, I see a PayPal notification on my phone. So thank you, dude. Thank you for sending that right away. That's always awesome. I appreciate that. Chris says, now we get a shadow puppet show. It's like, hello. Wait a minute. Here we go. Honk, honk. That's my shadow puppet show for the night. Oh, man. But look, guys, I got to get back to some inking, some drawing, and I'm finishing up Zen Bounty Wars number 3. And then after that, we're going to be moving into the brand new Nira X 3-issue miniseries, a whole new area of the Cyber Angel homeworld to explore. So I think you guys will really like what we got cooking up for that one. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm going to get back to work on some book deadlines, and of course we'll continue working on catching up. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. Hope you guys have a good Saturday. Oh, good Saturday. Have a good Sunday. Thank you for laughing at the puppet show. I know only one shadow puppet and requires only one finger. Exactly, Paul. That's what I'm talking about. Exactly. All right, guys. Hope you guys enjoy your Sunday. Have a good weekend. And we'll see you again here next Saturday. We'll do it again. Thanks, guys. Have a good week.
Good night, Seattle.